Why God's timing is always perfect. Waiting is one of the hardest disciplines of faith. We are taught to move fast, act quickly, and expect instant results. So when God asks us to wait, it can feel uncomfortable, even painful. You pray. You believe. You do everything you know to do. Yet nothing seems to change. Days turn into months. Months turn into years. And in the silence, a quiet question begins to form in your heart. God, why are you taking so long? Waiting can make you feel forgotten. It can make you question whether you heard God correctly in the first place. And sometimes, it can even make you doubt His promises. But waiting does not mean God is inactive. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Not early. Not late. In its time. God operates on purpose, not pressure. We see moments. God sees lifetimes. What feels like a delay to you may actually be divine alignment. Throughout Scripture, God repeatedly works through waiting. Abraham waited decades for the promised child. Joseph waited years in prison before stepping into purpose. Moses waited 40 years in the wilderness before leading Israel. None of these waits were accidents. They were necessary seasons of preparation. Waiting shapes character before it releases calling. David was anointed king as a teenager, but he did not sit on the throne until many years later. During those years, he faced rejection, betrayal, and danger. Yet those seasons taught him humility, courage, and dependence on God. Had David become king immediately, he might have had power, but not wisdom. God's timing often protects us from receiving blessings before we are ready to steward them. Sometimes God delays because your heart needs strengthening. Sometimes He delays because circumstances need aligning. And sometimes He delays because His plan involves other people whose choices matter too. Waiting does not mean God has said no. It often means not yet. Psalm 27 verse 14 says, Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Notice the command to be strong. Waiting requires strength. It requires endurance. It requires trust when emotions are tired and faith feels stretched. Waiting exposes what we truly trust. If God answered every prayer immediately, we might trust outcomes more than Him. Waiting teaches us to seek God, not just His blessings. Even Jesus waited. For 30 years, He lived in relative obscurity. No miracles. No public ministry. No recognition. Then, in God's perfect time, everything changed. Those quiet years were not wasted. They prepared Him for the weight of His assignment. If the Son of God honored God's timing, then waiting is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of alignment. While you wait, God is working in ways you cannot see. He is closing doors that would have harmed you. He is redirecting paths you didn't know were wrong. He is protecting you from shortcuts that look appealing but lead to regret. Waiting is where trust is refined. It's easy to trust God when prayers are answered quickly. It's harder when faith must survive silence. But silence does not mean abandonment. Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Waiting renews strength, not because it feels good, but because it teaches reliance. If you are in a waiting season right now, hear this clearly. God is not late. God is not confused. God has not forgotten you. Your life is not on hold. It is being shaped. Every unseen moment matters. Every delayed answer has purpose. Every closed door is redirecting you. One day, you will look back and understand what you could not see before. You will realize the delay protected you. The waiting prepared you. And God's timing positioned you exactly where you needed to be. So don't rush ahead of God. Don't compare your timeline to someone else's. And don't let waiting steal your hope. What God has promised will come to pass, at the right time. Because God's timing is not just good, it is perfect.